Hey, what's up everyone? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids. Today I want to talk to you about the new ThruNite T1. So this tiny little EDC light just came to me from ThruNite, and as soon as I saw it, I thought, A, I'm going to like it, and B, this is going to be competition for Olight with their baton series, like the S1 and the S1R baton, and then their newer versions of those same lights. So it is a very compact little light. It's got the infinity cycle, so when you turn it on, just go from like one to the next to the next. You hold the button down, it's going to go all the way up to the highest, flash, and then go all the way back down to the lowest. So some cool features. Let's talk through the details, and then we'll take it out into the night and use it. We got a little bag here that's got a lanyard, it's got some O-rings, and then it also has a replacement for the little micro USB cover right there. It also comes with the pocket clip, and then of course your instructions for the flashlight. Here's a look at it with the actual clip on, so you can see it's going to ride with the bezel down in your pocket, but it's got that little loop back, so you can put it on a hat if you wanted to use it like a like a headlamp out at night. Let's talk through some of the details here. Your LED is the XHP 50 LED. Your battery is an 18350 battery, which is included, and it does have the orange peel reflector inside. So it's not meant to be a huge thrower as much as to give you some nice balanced light. So it does have a Firefly setting that's 1 lumen, and then your infinity loop is going to start at 15 and go up to 685. So let me just show you here. Turn it on, and you're going to see it fades down. I'm going to give us a flash here. 3 flashes, and then back up to the highest. 3 flashes, and then back down. So that's how it actually works. A little ambiance with the train in the background there. And then obviously if you want to turn it on at the moonlight setting, just hold it down, and it's going to come on at an extremely low setting. It's impact resistant to 1.5 meters, and then IPX8 rated, so good down to 2 meters underwater. So your Firefly, which is 1 lumen, is going to run for 14 days. Your Infinity Low, which is 15 lumens, is going to run for 36 hours. Now your Infinity High is 685 lumens, that's going to run for 80 minutes. And then the Turbo is 1500 lumens, that's going to run for 3 minutes, and then it's going to drop down. And the drop down is 408 lumens, and that's for 80 minutes. So kind of some interesting numbers, like 1500 down to 408. So obviously they've done their testing to see what the actual lumen output is there. But just a really slick, compact little light. Let me take the battery out just to show you real quick. It's about the size of a CR123. I'm blanking on the name. Yeah, CR123. But it's just a little bit chunkier as far as your width. So that's that. And then let me just show you real quick. The micro USB it's pretty standard stuff. So let me just open this up here. There's your micro USB, so plug it in. So when you are charging it, if it's purple, that means something weird is going on. You got to double check the connections. If it's red, it means it's charging, and when it's blue, that means it's fully charged. So that's a quick rundown of the details. So what we're going to do now is we'll wait till the nighttime comes, take it out into the night and use it, and then I'm going to carry it for a bit, and then I'll come back and let you guys know what I think about this light. But so far, I'm liking it. I know I just gave you the rundown of the stats, but I do like the batons from Olight. They're a solid light. They do well. But this one's a little bit beefier and a little bit bigger, honestly. It's got a little bit more width as far as the diameter, and then a little bit more length than like the original baton. It may be the same length as the S1R baton, which is really a classic, like standard go-to for me, especially when I want a smaller EDC light. But this one's definitely going to compete with it. So yeah, that's the rundown of the details. Let's just wait for the nighttime to come and then take it out into the night and show you what it looks like in use. Okay, so we're outside at night. Let me turn on the light at the Firefly setting, just so you can see what that looks like. I'm shining it at my minivan, which is about 15 feet away. Can't really see a whole lot. Okay, what I'm going to do now is actually cycle up. And let's see, actually this is going to go down. It's going to flash and go all the way up. So there's the highest. Let's go to turbo. And then we've got I think we've got a strobe here, so strobe warning. So that was strobe. Now here's the other question in my head here, cycling back down, is about the memory feature. So this is what it looks like right now. Let's turn it off. We're going to wait here for probably about 5 seconds or so, and then I'm going to turn it back on and see if it comes on at that same setting, because that's a big deal. Obviously, if it goes back down to the bottom of the infinity loop, then it's not going to be as helpful. No, but that's, yeah, that memory feature. So now it's going back up. Let me turn it off. Wait another 5 seconds here. Turn it back on. Yeah. So wherever you turn it off, it's going to be saved, and then it'll come back onto that same setting. There's the low setting. I'll turn it off here. Just test it one more time. Yeah, so that's nice. The infinity loop is going to, wherever you stop, like if I stop halfway up, it's going to come right back on when I turn it off and then turn it back on again. Okay, we're looking at my fence now, which is about 25 feet away. And we're going to cycle down all the way to the bottom here. Okay, so you can't really see anything shining at the fence, but this is 15 lumens. Let's go all the way up to the top. The highest setting for the infinity loop right there is 685. So I mean, I can see easily all the way over to the end of the fence on both ends, and even beyond that. So definitely getting a lot of output. Definitely a little bit. You can see the center, but definitely more of a flood than it is a thrower, as far as just because it's got that orange peel, and that's what it's designed for. Orange peel reflector, I should say. All right, let's go up to the turbo, so 1500. So obviously just a ton of output here. I can start feeling this, I can start to feel this light getting a little bit warm here in my hand, just FYI. Not burning, but definitely a little bit warm. Okay, I've stepped back another probably 20 feet. I'm in between the two cars, shining at the fence again. There's your 685. Let's cycle down here. There's your 15. Let's go back up. So I can see this entire side yard here. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely gave me a lot of light in a tiny little compact flashlight. Let's go up to the turbo again. So I've got this attached to the side of my minivan. I got to put my hand in front of it just to reflect some light back so you can see that. But yeah, that magnetic base, I don't think I mentioned that earlier. That's a great feature to have. All right, I'm gonna go stand at the other end of the front yard here. It's about 65 feet away. And I'm gonna start with strobe, and then I'll go through the cycle from, all the way through the infinity cycle, and then I'll give you the turbo as well. So just a strobe warning here. That'll be the first thing you see on camera. Alright guys, so I've had a chance to EDC the ThruNite T1 for a bit. Obviously you saw the video footage of it at night. Here's what I'm going to tell you is that I think the #1 competitor for this, as far as how it functions, size, is going to be the Baton series from Olight, so the S1, the S1R. Price point for this is $40. Price point for that one is $50 and up, depending on which version you get, how many bells and whistles you get with it. But what I can tell you is that you're going to get I think around 600 is your lumen output for a lot of the Baton, the S1 Batons, and this one you're going up over 1,000 obviously. So you got a big jump in lumen output, which is something to consider if that's a big deal for you. It definitely is a little chunkier. That difference in the bezel diameter, I don't want to say it adds up or it's like a huge deal, but you can feel a difference as far as how it rests in your pocket. But a lot of very similar features, but you're going to save 10 or 20 bucks compared to the Olight, depending on what type of recharging system you want, and like I said, bells and whistles that come with the actual light. So for example, this one has the magnetic base, but it doesn't have the magnetic charging base like an Olight often does, where you just put it on the that little magnetic charger to charge it up. So there's preferences there, things to be aware of. But if you're getting into a super compact EDC light and you want to get some significant output, then the Thru Night T1 is definitely one to check out. I mean, this has been a great light so far. One thing I can tell you is that because you have the charging port on one side here and then the button on the other side, every once in a while I would pick it up and start pressing on the charging port in the dark because I couldn't see, obviously. So that's just something to be aware of. But another thing about this light that makes it stand out compared to the Olight S1 Baton in that series would be the infinity cycle. So that's also a preference thing. If you're like, no, I want it to go from low and then click it twice and it's gonna go, you know, up 2 settings, whatever it is, then that's the Olight is gonna have more appeal to you. If you wanna have the full range as far as from, you know, a very low setting up to a higher setting via that infinity cycle, then this is obviously the one to go for. Bottom line for me is that this thing puts out a lot of light. It's easy to use. I like the infinity cycle, easy to recharge. So this will be in my EDC rotation much more often now that it's available. Olight's got their series, those little tiny ones. Fenix has some small ones like this. So more and more companies I think are seeing, you know, we want to make lights about this size that give a lot of output, and as the technology continues to improve, you'll see more and more of those. But the Thru Night T1 to me is definitely a winner. I'm going to be EDCing this and then EDCing the Baton, you know, kind of back and forth in the future to see which ones I like more or what I appreciate about one more than the other. So I think the real thing that makes the two stand out as far as the difference is that, you know, individual clicking to the different levels of lumens versus the infinity cycle. So we'll see what I think about that, but so far the Thru Night T1 has been a winner for me. Alright guys, thanks as always for checking out the videos here on YouTube. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids if you haven't done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Instagram, Tumblr, and Vero as well. More videos coming soon. Take care.